And let's see the DP first ban. The Invoker's gone again.
Do they ban Lifestealer?
And
I like
Lifestealer
that.
goes. Okay,
Exactly.
so we're pretty much exactly in the meta right now.
Yep.
Okay.
And the slaughter first pick.
Like we were saying, OG, I said last draft, OG should just keep banning the Lifestealer. They're doing it. They won last game. They're like, okay, this worked. Let's keep at it.
Paul, do you know who picked what, like side or first
I can
pick
find that out. Yeah, as we go through the draft, I'm sure Nox
Same
is
exact
on it.
picks.
Didn't they pick Void third last game?
No. Oh,
yeah, they
did.
did.
Yes, they went.
They went
Sorry.
Phoenix or Spirit.
They went Earth Spirit second pick.
Okay, so OG took Dire.
Okay.
Okay, so they did have choice, and it's very interesting now that they value Dire now more than first pick. Before this series, though, I know they valued Radiant and first pick more.
Maybe they think that Liquid favors Dire a lot more just because of how heavily they've been
or they're
relying
just
on
seeing
the
that
Slardar.
Dire wins the vast majority of these series.
Dire has a pretty high win rate, and then like you were talking about, they pick these two massive teamfight heroes around the Roche pit can be very, very devastating, and now Liquid gets the Jerax Earth Spirit.
And the two fit together so well. It helps them in laning because they can do off lane or safe lane. They can be unpredictable like last game.
Yeah.
And if they Chronosphere 2 or 3 heroes and they Phoenix Egg behind it, they're set. If they Phoenix Egg on a cliff near Roche, it's hugely advantageous to them. They can Sunray over it. There's so many ways that they can stop Liquid from trying to steal that.
But this time, OG doesn't have the Earth Spirit to really bolster their lanes and set up those ganks. This is super smart by Liquid. I think they absolutely need to take the Earth Spirit.
So do you think that Liquid will ban out the Tusk then, since that's probably one of the other ones that Jerax uses and enables? Or do you think maybe they'll go for like...
You mean OG ban?
OG?
OG, sorry. Yeah.
Well, no,
sorry
I mean, Jerax is going to play the Earth Spirit, so OG will not ban out the Tusk.
I meant Crit, I'm sorry. Yeah, Crit used to play the Tusk a lot, though. So I feel like maybe they might ban that out, but looks like they're not really opting for it.
I think Jerax is one of the few players that still plays it. I don't think I've seen Crit play it that much.
It's been quite a while.
I don't think it's a very good Tusk game against Phoenix Void. They both have mobility skills. It could work against Liquid, I suppose, but...
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about it for Crit. It saves the hero through, Slardar Crush or an Earth Spirit initiation.
I don't think they really need that.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
It's not good with Chronosphere. I just don't see it being useful in that way. So IO banned out in the second phase. Alchemist out of the pool as well. So Invoker is... Nope, Invoker's gone. And interestingly, they keep banning out Magnus in the second round. That one's a bit interesting.
Very worried about it, it would appear.
They're scared about the Empower combo on melees.
Yeah. That one time they picked it, it did enable both No-Tail and Moon to just accelerate their farm to insane rates.
Yeah, and since OG just, they just used the Void short lane, they don't want to leave any options for those. Another massive teamfight ultimate as well with a physical carry, with a physical melee carry.
Well, they do pick up their line. Hopefully, they hope that Crit can channel his inner Chuan.
Yep. Pretty standard, safe pick. Just helps a lot in the laning phase, and yeah, like we were saying, it's another form of initiation, which is winning a lot of these games. The team that gets the initiate, gets the jump first, tends to win those matchups.
It's also not just the team that gets the jump first. It's also the team that can counter initiate.
Counter initiate as well.
We saw it in both series or both games so far. Is that when Liquid won the first series, they had a way to initiate, but OG had no way to counter initiate or save anybody, and vice versa. In the second series, it's just all-out aggression and no way to sort of stop the aggression or save key heroes.
So where does Fada go here? Because as was the case last game, a bunch of his top heroes kind of got moved out. He was forced onto the Dragon Knight role. They can still do a Darkseer like they did last game to make things a little hard for them.
So the Venge pick, not seeing it too much, but it's very specific. Versus the Void, Chronosphere, very good. Pull people out of, bail them out of terrible bad scenarios where they're in a disadvantageous position. Same thing, you can't really, if Lion's focusing on someone to burst them down, the Venge can also swap, save him. And it also works really well with Slardar, more amplified physical damage, while their Spirit applies to more of that AoE magical. Some blend in there, some diversity in their draft.
There's still a Batrider in the game as well.
Yeah, last game it was banned out. The 5th pick?
Yeah, and now they got Avenge, so slightly unlikely they pick him.
Yeah, if OG took Batrider, then Venge would be good against two of your heroes.
Yeah, and I think Moon's actually been almost I don't know if not exclusively playing the Void, but most of the time. And Noto played it, of course, the last game, but they do tend to favor it on him, like we were saying previously.
Does give them a slight advantage in the draft when they've got flexible players that can flick around and play different heroes in different ways.
Yeah, that's the one thing that Liquid does reveal a lot. They revealed a lot of things right here. They revealed that My Control has been playing the starter pretty much, I think, every single game, I want to say. Every single game. They have their 2 supports already, so now they already know, Liquid is going to picking up their short laner and Fata's hero.
So where do they go? Pick 4.
They don't know who the enemy mid is yet, so it's a little... And they can still solidify their other lanes as well if they change it up.
And they have last pick.
It's a nice advantage here.
Lots of different heroes still left. There's the Darkseer, which we saw previously. It gives them a lot more team fight, but maybe they're going to be a little bit too cooldown reliant if they do go that route. They don't have the Earth Spirit like we were talking about. They don't have that great setup for the early laning phase.
They might want to pick up something like... Okay, they go for the Juggernaut.
They go back
again.
for the Juggernaut as well, again. So, works really well against the Earth Spirit roam.
I like this because they still don't know what OG's lanes are.
Yeah.
Yeah, keeping it very open-ended. And Liquid does go for their safe Lycan. They waited a long time for it. I wasn't too sure if they would pick it, but now since they have so many different enablers for the physical damage, and now they have a little bit of stronger laning phase because of how much the Howl, of course, boosts everybody's damage.
Are you surprised that wasn't a second phase ban?
Maybe OG's has... Maybe this is what they were planning for it. That's why they picked like the Void Phoenix. Maybe they were just like, oh, I think we have the idea versus
bait them into picking it.
Yeah.
I think both teams are afraid of the Enchantress right now. They didn't necessarily respect it a lot coming into the tournament, but in the last couple matches, Enchantress has been a deciding factor in a lot of laning stages. Like against Phoenix, for example, a hero that doesn't give that much lane domination the first level or two, Enchantress provides a ton of that and can just snowball your opponents.
And it also scales as well into the late game. It's another source of DPS.
So with Jug in the game, they can't even necessarily predict where he's going to go based on player taking him, since No-Tail and Miracle do swap. Yeah. So similar problem as last time for Liquid here.
It's a lot of healing within their draft too, like the obvious healing ward and Sunray. Like if you're not in a position to stop those, it's like, oh my god, like we're doing a lot of damage, but it's just being completely counteracted. They do have the Wolves, which is quite good at killing the Jug healing ward as well.
Liquid's right click is a lot better this game though. With Venge, Wave of Terror, Slaughter Ulti, and Lycan, all of those auras are really going to stack up.
Yeah.
They're a little weak on burst, I guess, but...
They have objective takers though, like you're saying, like the physical damage enhancements with the Lycan as well. They can bring down towers, they can bring down the Roshan if they do win a fight. But OG does have more heavily based team fight heroes right now at this point. More cooldown reliant even.
I think what OG really needs right now is to secure their laning phase. If they can replicate what they did in Game 2 and come out of laning stage ahead, then you can force Team Liquid to play at your own pace.
What do you think they like for that for OG? We were mentioning the Batrider, but it's not the most incredible versus the Vengeful Spirit.
Well, since OG does have last pick, I think they're gonna wait and see what Team Liquid picks for their mid, and then they'll decide: do we put the Juggernaut there, or do we pick something more traditional that matches up well against whatever Team Liquid picks?
Yeah, absolutely. They can definitely switch it up. They're leaving their draft quite open-ended. Juggernaut can go safe lane, he can go mid. The Void can go off lane or safe lane. Leaves it open. So
still an Axe in here
for Liquid.
No, there's no way.
No,
I don't think so.
No way. Doesn't really fit their lineup very well.
They would have to send an Axe mid, and that hero is so exploitable.
That's the most not Liquid thing I've ever heard. Axe mid.
So what do they have?
So
they go for their safe. They go for the safe hero again.
I'm just trying to get for something exciting here,
Yeah,
boys. Try and keep up.
It's just this is a pretty straightforward Liquid draft. Not really anything out of the ordinary.
The significant point is that they have a support that can do something early game.
Yes.
If it's Beastmaster is very static in his lane. He says, I need to get 6 as fast as possible so I can help. Venge is ready to go right away, but the problem is that Venge cannot stop Jug from spinning and killing Dragonite once Phoenix hits 2 or Lion does the smoking. That's the scary part here.
Ooh.
So they are going to go Jug mid again, Sven in the safe lane.
Yeah, the Sven here is really good against the minus armor from Liquid, bolsters your entire team, and this is actually pretty greedy from OG. Tri-core lineup, very newbie-esque. It's really up to Liquid to punish here with that or Spirit Venge roam around the map.
Yep, I agree. No, OG is able to farm Ancients quite easily with Sven, and also, of course, like we were commenting, the BKB versus the Lycan, once he has that book, he's able to cleave down the book very easily.
Did we do predictions, or were you
Yeah,
guys
we're
just talking?
kind of wrapping up.
I'm not sure which one's better. I saw a lot of value in what they did last game, and it's both drafts are so similar.
Yep, I like Liquid's draft again. Honestly, I'll go with them right there.
All right, nothing crazy then in game number 3. We're still waiting for something a bit out there. Talking about there, let's go back to our commentary team. For